what's going on, everyone? I mean, don't get confused, don't get it twisted. Yes, we are on a Thursday night. What's going on? Are you surprised we're on a Thursday night?
No, you never miss a beat. So even if we were off yesterday, we had to be on today.
Well, listen, we had to take our feet off of some other podcasters' necks and let them get some real views. So, we gave them a break, and here we are today
Oh
on a
shit,
special
shots
night.
fired. Ooh, ooh.
On a special night. But do you want to tell the people why yesterday? We were missing in action.
We were missing in action because we were doing our Carmen San Diego thing. And no, we went to Providence, Rhode Island, and then we went to Boston,
Mhm.
Massachusetts. Do you want me to explain why?
Well, I'll
You
let
can.
them. I'll let them know why. First, I want to say a big congratulations. Not only is he my brother, and I'm so proud of my brother, um, the obvious, but um, our first guest ever. If you've been following the podcast from day one, our first day ever on our first guest ever on the Inner Circle podcast was my brother Jose Flex, and he graduated yesterday. I have a brother as a cop. So, congratulations to my brother. So excited. I couldn't miss that. We couldn't miss that. So that's why we took the Wednesday off. We're not people to be skipping beats and, taking days off whenever we want to take days off. We just don't roll like that. So, but
But for
this was an
family,
event.
we had to do it.
Exactly. But for family, this was a event and a reason we had to do it. But here we are today, giving you some entertainment. So welcome to the show, everyone. Welcome to the show. What's been going on with you? You've also had some monumental changes this past week, and we've been talking about it. And I was sore for days after it.
I just
Literally.
want to say a big juicy shout out to Charlie B for kicking ass during my moving day, and like
Yes.
basically he pulled a real world road rules challenge energy out of his ass, and like basically was lifting heavy shit because I have a lot of clothes, lifting all these heavy bags, heavy equipment, heavy things all over, and like just you were great. Everyone else that helped out was great also, but
Team
everyone
effort.
was
Team
like,
effort.
"Damn, Charlie!" So yeah, it was a team effort, and I had so much anxiety about moving, but the moving like process was very seamless. So I'm very happy, and I'm actually already set up in my humble abode.
Yes, you're
So
coming to it from the new studios, Melanie Studios,
you won't
LCC.
you'll hear police sirens, but not as much as before. If
Oh
anything,
yeah,
you'll hear cars honking, but not really, or music.
or music. I was gonna say or something like reggaeton passing by real quick.
Not even some merengue.
Not yet, but
Actually,
let's what have we missed in the entertainment industry? Like, I mean, I guess we could get it
so
started.
much.
I so much. I guess we could get it started with the news that kind of rocked a lot of us last week and had people like scratching their heads, like what we would
Hmm.
call "what the fuck" story. Ricky Martin.
I'm still in disbelief about that, and I really hope that it's a lie. Like
I
I
mean,
don't know.
boy, oh boy, do you want to explain of what came out? Because you sent me the article. But this is a story that's been circulating in Latin America, especially Puerto Rico, since July 1st, from the articles I gathered. It was already starting to catch fire down there, but it finally caught, I mean, I guess worldwide attention, United States attention last
Yeah.
week. So,
So what I initially read, and shout out to my brother for sending this. What I initially read was that Ricky Martin was slapped with a restraining order based on claims of domestic violence. So that obviously shocked everyone because oh my god, it's Ricky Martin. Like, why would he be in any altercation involving domestic violence and anything of the sort? And um, people dug deeper because I guess court records in Puerto Rico are kind of open, they're kind of public. And come to find out, the restraining order was basically presented by his nephew. his 21-year-old nephew. I forgot his name, but basically saying that he was in a relationship, romantic relationship for a couple of months. I want to say 6 or 7 months with Ricky Martin. Now, this is his nephew from like his Ricky Martin's sister's son.
Vanessa. His sister's name is Vanessa. I'm looking up the
Yes.
nephew's name.
And the his uncle, the Ricky Martin's brother, Eric, was the one that announced it to the world that his nephew was the one that um placed the or asked for a restraining order because all this was unraveling. When I heard that, and on top of that, Puerto Rico has a law that if there's any incestuous activity, it's up to a 50
50-year
year
sentence.
imprisonment sentence. Yeah. When I heard that shit, I was just like, oh my God, that's fucking insane. First of all, isn't Ricky Martin married with like 4 kids? And second, your own nephew? Like, that's disgusting.
Yeah, so the nephew's name is Dennis Yadiel Sanchez. And as you mentioned, Ricky Martin's brother Eric, which some people reported that was his son, but again, it's his sister's son.
Yeah.
And his sister's name is Vanessa. Their brother Eric Martin came out and took to social media this week to air the grievances with the case playing out in Puerto Rico, saying that he's inside just because someone takes a protective order out under this statute, which is adamantly serious, does not necessarily mean the victim is telling the truth, and the facts still must be vetted thoroughly. Eric says he's on the side of justice and truth, but that by his rant, like he ranted and so on. But he also, kind of agrees and states that this boy does have mental health issues. Yes, I'm reading it right
Oh,
now. Yeah. So Eric says Dennis is estranged from the family and that he knows what kind of hurt he's inflicted on other family members before all of this. But Eric doesn't go into elaborate details. And this is Eric, Ricky Martin's brother. So, and this is
so
an
is
actual
he?
quote.
So here's my thing: is Eric going like trying to retract the way that he said it, or is
Well,
he?
Eric
Did he
went.
mean?
So then today in Puerto Rico, Ricky Martin via Zoom was ready to fight the allegations, but Dennis, the nephew, basically retracted, admitted that there was, there's no outside influences, there's no one leading him to retract his, protective order. So the judge basically withdrew the protective order and dropped the case, etc. And Ricky Martin
Dismissed
basically
it.
has been vindicated. His team released a statement, and I want to read it verbatim before we could talk a little more about this. Um, but his team released a statement in Spanish and English, but just as we anticipated, the temporary protection order was not extended by the court. The accuser confirmed to the court that his decision to dismiss the matter was his alone, without any outside influence or pressure, and the accuser confirmed that he was satisfied with his legal representation in the matter. The request came from the accuser asking to dismiss the case. This was never anything more than a troubled individual making false allegations with absolutely nothing sustainable in them. We are glad that our client saw justice done and can move forward with his life and career. And this was a statement by Ricky Martin's attorneys, Joaquin, Carmelo, and wow, he had a whole team, and Harry. And I'm not even saying all their three Spanish last
I
names, each of
I
them.
just find it crazy, like a family member to do that. Like
I
that's
mean, but
fucking
there's mental
crazy.
health issues, attention issues. He is 21. He comes from a
Hmm.
generation that's like, look at me, 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 me. So you know, what could you say? But I mean, even Flex, my brother was like, I don't believe it. Last week, I was a little like, we was going back and forth about this, and I was a little perplexed, like, damn, like, no way, no way. Like his nephew basically said they was having a 7 month relationship that ended 2 months ago,
In
and
his
Ricky
fucking
Martin was
mind.
stalking him. Mind you, Ricky Martin is married to 37-year-old art. He's an art dealer,
Art
art
dealer, yeah.
maker. You son. They
Yeah.
have 4 children, two which Ricky Martin had previous
Don't
to
they
this
live in
marriage. But
Miami?
yeah, they have several homes. They have a home in Dorado, Puerto Rico, and they have several homes. LA. I mean, he's fucking Ricky Martin. Miami. He has several homes.
I just, what's crazy to me that like I didn't. I didn't agree. I didn't. No, I didn't. I didn't believe it, but I also was just shocked at the fact that why would a family member come out with allegations like this? But also, like,
If it's not
I
true,
never.
right? Like it's crazy. His own nephew.
I feel like Ricky Martin has had that whole history with him hiding the fact that he was gay
Mm,
for so long that I don't think all bets are off. I don't think he has to hide anything anymore. So for
yeah.
that to come up is insane.
Well, I mean, we were talking about also Menudo, which was a band that Ricky Martin was. It's like the
Yeah.
Backstreet Boys and then sake of our generation. My mom loved Menudo. And she used to say this to me. I remember when I was little. Which has a documentary, and I think I mentioned it on the show before. It's a
Mm.
4 episode documentary on HBO Max, and I've watched 2 episodes so far. I started the third while we was on our way back to New York. Um,
I'll probably
but
watch it soon.
yeah, it's very good so far. Very good. Some bombshells, but Ricky Martin himself is not interviewed in this doc. Obviously, he's mentioned because he was a part of it. But and girl, when you get to the episode where he's mentioned the shade that they threw at him, he wasn't necessarily the most talented. I was like, gag.
Oh,
I
he
was
was
like,
a
ooh.
posh spice.
I was like, oh wow. Not my Ricky, Enrique.
He wasn't the most talented, but he still has like a long. He
Well,
had
he's the
longevity in
one.
his career.
He was the one that came out the most successful. But all of this also shook me and rocked me because this finally didn't catch wildfire in the mainstream media till last week when Ricky Martin released a new album EP, Play. So it was all like the timing's crazy. But if you remember, also we did some digging because we want to also dig it when we're gonna talk about some things. And he's being, you read the article I sent you, sued by a former manager, business manager, which worked with him in increments of some years, 2018 to 2020, and then took a pause and then came back. And she's suing him for, I guess, unpaid damages, work environment, and also helping him protect. In this article, you read this too. Some allegation, and this is why I was kind of
She
like, is this
covered
true?
allegations from back in the day.
Yes.
I mean,
And this is why what made this story a little bit like, could it be true?
has he been in any scandals besides this one? No, right?
Mm-mm.
Who's to say? Maybe they knew that this was gonna come out, and maybe the old manager tag teamed with the
Their
nephew
nephew,
and
right?
decided to do this conspiracy so that way it looks like it's actually true. You never know. Some people, when it comes to money, people do some fuckery. If you watch the Luis Miguel documentary, or not documentary, the like series on
Yeah.
Netflix about his life, so many people basically ripped him off and like used him for his money. I believe it. Latin American artists, they're very easily manipulated.
Yeah. I mean, but my man, I mean, he's been, I guess, vindicated. It's like he's proven guilty. I mean, innocent, not guilty, innocent. That's R. Kelly.
He's not.
Um,
That's Jen Shaw.
and Jen Shaw. Jen Shaw. I don't know if we've spoken about this. I don't know, like any Housewives fans. Watch the viewership go down real quick. Don't worry, we're not gonna get into Housewives like that. But yeah, Jen Shaw pleaded guilty. Were you shocked by that guilty plea after watching
I
season
was shocked
two? And
because she was like, I didn't do anything wrong. I'm gonna fight this for everyone who can't have a voice or doesn't have the resources
yeah,
to fight. This is targeting like people of
the
color.
color, blah
Bitch,
blah blah.
please.
Yeah,
You were
and the people
targeting
that who couldn't
elderly.
fight it, like that's crazy.
Girl, girl. That I don't know. That's insane. And I
Your
feel
black sons are ashamed of you, girl. I said it.
do you think that Coach Shaw knew? I think he knew.
But I mean,
That's,
I think
you can't be that
I think he was
fucking
also away. If he knew, he was also away because coaches are away a lot. And I'm sorry, but I'm sure he's been sticking his wing while he's away. Like that's the only way you turn a blind eye to what your significant other is doing. You know what I'm saying? That's the only way you turn a blind eye because how are you not gonna care of something so serious of what your significant other is doing if you're not doing your own dirt on the side?
maybe she was like, "Oh, you don't need to give me money. I got this. I'll take care of it." I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know.
That
But speaking of Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip Season 2, the last episode dropped today on Thursday. Are you excited for the Season 3 that just started filming this past week? And the names,
I'm
Porsche, we have Candace and Giselle from
Giselle.
Potomac. We have Leah from New York. We have from Miami, Alexia and Marisol.
Marisol.
And then just added, it was
Whitney and
supposed to
Heather. Bad
oh,
weather.
yeah. Whitney and Heather from Salt Lake City. Forgot about them, but they're newer, so I don't know how I feel about that. And then Tinsley from New York was supposed to be on, but last minute, and it just broke the internet, broke the news last weekend as well with Ricky Martin and everything else, was that Portia Williams was added to the season 3. So what do you think about this cast? And are you looking forward to it?
I am. I don't know why Leah's there. I don't really consider her to be like a good housewife. And like when she's around black people, she starts acting black, and I don't like that. Um, Everyone else is cool, but I feel like it's gonna be very clicky. Like Marisol and Alexia, the Cuban Barbies, they're gonna be in one corner. Candace Dillard and Giselle Bryant are gonna be in Potomac sipping tea, like talking shit about people. And hello, Winnie and Heather, they're gonna be in their own little corner. I hopefully everyone like intertwines, but I don't know. That's just gonna be different. Wait, so Leah's the only one that doesn't have like a partner or like
Yeah, well, it was supposed to be Tinsley Moroder, but she, for whatever
so she
reasons,
left.
last minute backed out and they ushered in Portia. Which I
But
hope
why
this is
would they
like,
put her and not? I don't know.
listen,
That's weird.
well, from what I'm reading from sources is that Bravo wanted to grab someone that was still
Young.
very big, very big. And let's be real, besides Candy, besides Candy in the Real Housewives franchise, when it comes to followers, especially Instagram, Candy's the most followed. Then Portia's the second most followed by big
Okay.
numbers too. So they wanted someone big, and honestly, I also think this is Portia's usher way in to next seasons of Atlanta Housewives. My pretty
So
little
speaking
words.
about housewives, how do you feel that they just announced that Tamra Judge is going back to Real Housewives of Orange County?
I mean, good for her. I like that whole little surprise they did on Watch What Happened Live, and
I didn't watch it yet.
I do think OC needs to
Sucks.
step their pussy up. So I don't watch OC. I could care less. But just from someone, we talk about different things and stuff and put our 2 cents. So I think it's much needed. They thought Heather, whatever, DeBro was going to
The
do
bro.
something, but I don't
She
think
was
she did
whack.
anything or added anything, and they just haven't had the right casting yet. Andy Cohen, Daddy Andy, like once again, the day you fall into this podcast and watch us, executive producer or just casting, I got you. I got you, boo. I got you, and I'll still keep that money coming in for
Mm-mm.
Ben and Lucy.
Yeah, I'm excited to see her back on the screen, but I don't know. I feel like OC is so washed. They need to be done with OC the same way that they were done with Dallas.
Woo, and I hope. But also some sad news last week that we've had go on. We had multiple people pass away, unfortunately. Um, Ivanka Trump, ex-wife of Donald Trump, which listen, I'm gonna give her kudos and her rest in peace. Anyone deserves that, period, no matter what and who they were associated with. And the woman was smart enough to divorce him. So, rest in peace to Ivanka Trump. Unfortunately, she had a fall. She died in New York City where she had a fall. So, you know,
Damn, that sucks.
it was to that. And then last week also Oprah Winfrey's dad, Vernon Winfrey, also passed away. So condolences to Oprah. That went down last week. Um, yeah, some unfortunate stuff. So, but let's pick it up with one of our favorite games, which you will lead because you love to lead this game. And sometimes I feel you pick some on the spot ones that is gonna put me in the
There
hot
are a
seat.
few that are on the spot that I was just like, oh, okay. We're gonna play Never Have I Ever. My block is lit right now. I'm not sure if you can hear it, but it's lit. Okay, so are you ready?
Hmm.
First question. Never have I ever slid into a stranger's DMs. I
It's
told you
not
I did.
often. It's not often I reach out to people like that. No, but to say in my 30 something years of life, I haven't. I'll be lying. So I have. It's rare. It's rare like a lunar eclipse.
I feel like I haven't, but I'm gonna say that I have because I don't know.
Yeah.
Whatever. Never have I ever slid into an ex's DMs. No, they slid into mine. Blocked.
No, no, no.
Okay. Never have I ever lost my shoes during a night out. Ew, no, that's like
Oh,
chongalicious.
maybe my
Have I?
underwear.
Oh my god, that's worse. I,
No, no, it's
I,
not. Because you have an explanation of how and why. Oh, I have stories. Just once or twice, I
never
think.
have I ever parked in a handicap spot.
A handicap? Yeah, I have. Oh, wait, I have.
I did,
Yeah. Mhm.
and I pretended to be handicapped, walking with a limp. Never have I ever flirted with a married person.
Oh, yeah, I'll be lying.
Chris, were you married when I flirted with you? Maybe. I don't know. I don't think so. Never have I ever second guessed a relationship. Let
I
the church
mean,
people
I've been in a
say
few
amen.
relationships.
Um, never have I ever changed a flat tire. I have. My dad forced me. Oh, sorry.
I
I have.
have
I have.
never, ever.
Never have I ever lied on a dating profile. Nope. And I hate when people lie. I hate when people are like, "Hey, my name is so and so," but their name is like something else. Their age is something else. You done lied.
What you wait? Oh, I have. I have. Never mind. Yeah, but for
Oh,
other reasons. But yeah.
oh, somebody was stalking people. Never have I ever broken someone else's heart.
Oh, I broken hearts that I don't even know I broke. And then like I reconnect with people. Someone sends me a random DM like, I loved you, and you broke. I'm like, oh, okay. That's like that song from Will I Am. You're a heartbreaker. I feel like that's about me.
I was gonna sing that Mariah Carey heartbreaker. You got the best of me. All right.
That too.
Never. These are like not that good. Never have I ever sexted an ex. Wait,
Yeah.
we could skip that. That doesn't need any explanation. Never have I ever sent a sext to the wrong person. Nope, I haven't, but I know you have.
Yeah. Because I think I sent you a naked picture one time by mistake.
And thank God I didn't open it. Never have I ever walked in on my parents. Ew, no.
Actually, not walked in, not walked in, not walked in, but kind of woke up a little. And I think I may have said this story on the show before. I don't know. We are 100 and something episodes deep. But them finishing the diddly diddly, like, and walking out like naked, and me walking out at the same time, and I'm like, whoa! It was like 5 something in the morning, and I think I was too up. I was up the normal, but I woke up early, and it's like, no, oh, whoa, no. So I guess the aftermath. I mean, I see nakedness, and I didn't want to. You never want to see your parents naked.
Mm,
I was
yeah,
like
no.
11 or 12.
Never have I ever clogged the toilet.
I have.
Well, it's not my fault that the sewer system sucks. Like that's not my problem. Um, never have I ever lurked my partner's ex on social media.
I mean, yeah, you. I want to see like if they step their something up,
Pussies up.
and upgrade. Like I want to see who they like went to next after me. It's like you want to see like how do they go from me to like. So yeah, I have. I've
I
peeped
never.
that.
I don't. I don't hate because like
No, it's not hating. It's just like
no, yeah, I'll say like, oh, okay, he's doing. Hopefully, it works out. But a lot of times, I just laugh. Um, Never have I ever filmed an intimate moment. I feel like my brother would have.
ooh, I have a blockbuster now. I'm just playing. Let me stop.
Oh Jesus Christ! How many more? Like,
All right, let's do three more.
okay.
Take the last three juiciest ones.
Never have I ever been blackout drunk.
Ooh.
Yeah, in Vegas.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that was disgusting.
I have.
Mm-mm-mm. Never have I ever been the subject of a rumor that wasn't true. You have.
I have.
I could tell you. Can I say which one it was? That you had that you're on a porn site. That you're on a porno.
Oh. Yeah. The viewership went up just for that. Just right time.
I'm skipping over the questions because some of them are very corny. Never have I ever been cheated on.
I have.
And I ain't got nothing else to say about that. Never have I ever used a gas station bathroom. No. My ass has a sensor. I can't use any of
I have on road trips. I think it was even a road trip we went to. When we went to Virginia last year, we stopped at one of the gas stations. I used the gas station, but it was just to pee. Us meant just stand up and take our dicks out and just pee.
Must be nice. I can't do that. So, but yeah, that's the last one.
That's the last one. Well, there you
go.
The
rest are not. The rest are not that great.
Well, that was fun. That was good. That was good. But before, so this weekend we were talking about ancestry DNA. Remember, and I told you like you were shocked by some of my revelations and ancestry. What you said you were shocked about something? You were like, oh, you never told me that before. What exactly was it?
Let me go back on our messages.
So I sent back. I told I was telling Melanie about my ancestry DNA, and I've talked about the ancestry DNA here on the show before. And how I've done it, and just going through rabbit holes on YouTube and stuff, I've seen that many people have done their ancestry DNA, from RuPaul to Pharrell Williams, to Maya Rudolph, and so on. And I'm sure they get paid for it. Ancestry DNA sponsorship here.
23andMe.
But you just fucked that up for us. 23andMe ancestry DNA. Yeah. So. Basically, I did mine, and I urge everyone to do it. I know my brother Flex did it as well.
I got it,
and I have a few people. So I was telling you some of the things. You were surprised by some of the things.
Yeah, I wasn't surprised by your 18% from Spain because obviously we are Hispanic. 10% white. You're 3% Northern Italian.
Yes, I really am. And funny story. I want to tell you a funny story. When I first moved from Puerto Rico, when I first moved from Puerto Rico to Rhode Island has a good population, especially the area I lived in, of Italians. Mm-hmm. I live, the first place I lived on was on Gessler Street, which that whole area is like basically Federal Hill type thing, West Side Federal Hill. So I wish, especially being little, I was like, I wish I was half Italian, half Puerto Rican. Like, and this was like, what, when I moved to Puerto Rico, from Puerto Rico to Rhode Island, like at 10. So this was like 10-year-old me, like, I wish I was half Italian. And then I do my ancestry DNA, and here I am, 3% Northern Italy. Whatever Northern Italy means. Does that mean I'm Sicilian?
Italian. No, Sicily is in the bottom. It's in the south.
Oh, it's the southern?
North would be like Milan, or like those regions.
You see, I always felt a little fancy,
Versace.
too.
Come on, Versace.
I always felt a little fancy, too.
Oh, you bougie for a reason.
And it's funny because Fernando, I told you, too, Fernando's, he's been on the show, one of our besties, and he's always made fun of me for liking, my favorite artist we all know is Britney Spears, and he's always made fun of me, calling me a white girl, especially a European girl. You're a European teeny bopper. He's always made fun of me of being European teeny bopper, loving all these European acts, or a white girl or whatever. But hey, as my DNA will prove, I am
It's in my
10% white.
blood.
It's in
No,
your DNA.
I actually want to do it because I think my shit would be all over the place.
I urge you to do it. Christmas present, hint, hint. People watching, Christmas present, hint,
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 hint.
hint, hint.
And anything housewarming.
But no, seriously, I think you should do it. And one of the great things about doing it is like you kind of get a sense more about you and history. I love history. I always love history. Like history was one of my favorite subjects. Math, fuck math, chemistry, anything to do with numbers and all that shit. But like shit like in the arts and then history and English was always like my favorite shit and like, subjects, social studies. So once you do this, man, you're gonna get more of a sense of like, wow, of like your DNA, and it makes you want to kind of explore. Like, I want to go to like Spain. I've always wanted to go to Spain, but now more than ever. I've always felt again since 10 years old, like Italy. Like, I want to go to Italy. I do love Italian food. I'm also Jew. Well, there's more. Some of my brothers have more percentage Jewish. I'm a Jew. I'm a Jew.
Anyone that's in New York is a Jew, honey.
And listen, my grandmother, a lot of Jewish people love my grandmother, and for a reason. And I think that comes from my mom's side of the family, the Jewish percentage. Listen, I'm part Jewish too. It's there. My brother Flex, who's a cop. May that Jewish blessings protect him. He's in. You could do the comparison with family members that have done it, and it pops up. He's more. He has a higher percentage of Jewish than I do. And then again, it has second cut. So, girl, if you have any cousins, anything that has done it is going to pop up. That's why I urge anyone who to do their ancestry DNA. Like, I really, really do. It's like such a great thing and knowledge to have.
So I already know what I'm getting for Christmas. I'm gonna do it, and I could already tell. Like, I already know some background, like cultural background.
I can't wait
from my family. My shit's gonna be all over.
That's gonna be so much fun. I can't wait to see it. Like, I'm excited to see it. That's why I want you to do it so bad. So bad. And then
you're Angolan from Africa.
And then you're gonna listen. I have Nigerian, but so does Flex.
Yeah. I mean, hello, everyone came from Africa, but that's why I love Afro beats.
Stupid. But we're about to end the show in gratitude. So, what are you grateful for?
I just want to say that I am very grateful for you. I've been meaning to give you a shout out. I know I gave you a shout out earlier. I know because you were my cheerleader with the whole moving process. You kept me sane during the moving process, and also you were like the superstar. My brother was calling you Iron Man. By the way, I thought you were the fucking Flash. By the way that you were like West in the challenge. West, is that his name?
West. I was sore for days, even into
I know, and I'm so sorry.
I was sore. Like, I felt muscles that I never felt in my lower.
Yeah.
Thing.
Yeah.
Yep. But of course, like I wanted to do that, like for sure, like this is a new chapter for you, and like I said before, one of my ended in gratitude was like, I'm just so thankful. I don't know if it was a nugget, so much things going on, but it's just seeing everyone around me like elevate and win and come into this new chapter in their lives that I'm so excited to see and inspired at the same time. So it's like, of course I have to be there for that. And my ended in gratitude is, having having the willpower, the strength, the health, sent from God above, because it's been some busy last few weeks and a lot going on, to be able to do all this and be there for my friends and family. So thank you that's my ended in gratitude. And we excited because next week we have. Do you want to talk about it? Do you want to announce it?
Yeah, I can.
What are our biggest guests?
I'm shitting bricks because next week we have Cyrus from the Real World Road Rules Challenge from the real world in '96.
Boston, 1996 Boston. Like,
Yo, that's
Google
big time.
Cyrus Yarbrough. He's been in Eminem's "Without Me" video, one of Eminem's biggest hits. Like, to have this man on the show next week at 6 p.m. special time, it's like nervous, but I'm ready to do the damn thing.
Was he part of the palace?
He was not part of King's Palace, no.
No, he wasn't.
No,
That's
he
fine.
he left a little earlier last season. We'll
would've
discuss
been
all
part.
that. But you guys have to tune in because it's one of our biggest guests. It just keeps getting better here at the Inner Circle Podcast. We want to thank you guys for continuing with us, 2 years, 114 episodes in. So thank you guys for tuning in. Keep streaming us on your favorite platforms: Apple, Spotify, Google, iHeartRadio. All the platforms out there on YouTube, here on YouTube, Facebook. Follow us on the Inner Circle Podcast Instagram. We break down the latest news and everything there, so you definitely want to be following us on our Instagram. We love you guys. We'll see you guys next week. Special time Wednesdays. Back to our regular days, but special time. We're still gonna let some other podcasts breathe a little bit on their later time. We are out.
Bye. Cheers.